All right, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Nick Foles is back. He is getting the start this week after Colts interim head coach Jeff Saturday announced he would be benching Matt Ryan for the former Super Bowl winning quarterback, the Philly legend himself. The man's got a damn statue out there. He will be the third quarterback this year for the Colts, trying to save or salvage, or I don't even know, what's been a horrendous year for this team. I'm going to break down everything going on in the story, give you my 2 cents on the whole situation. But if you could first, drop a quick like on this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. New videos every single weekday, but let's get into it. All right, so after blowing the largest lead in NFL history this past Saturday, the Indianapolis Colts are putting all hands on deck. They blew a 33-point lead to my Minnesota Vikings, and they are now benching Matt Ryan, the former MVP, who has been the most disappointing player in the NFL this season. I know there were a lot of preseason picks. This was a stacked team. We thought Matt Ryan had enough in the tank to get it done, get this Colts team into the playoffs in what's really not the best division in the world, but it's all gone awry. They fired head coach Frank Wright, and now interim head coach Jeff Saturday, who might be the first interim head coach ever to get fired after what he did last week against the Vikings, is now turning to the former Philly legend, Nick Foles. And Nick Foles is just the oddest of characters. Things have been so bad for the Colts, but they haven't started him. His legacy is the strangest career in NFL history, maybe Nick Foles. This was a guy who came in year 2, threw 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with Chip Kelly. It looked like he was going to be a franchise guy, then kind of fell off a cliff, became a journeyman quarterback, and then became the legend himself after he led the Eagles to that Super Bowl title after Carson went down with a knee injury. And he just was never the same after that. He looked like a guy, okay, he's 29. He's in the prime of his football career. He's going to be the guy in Philadelphia, or maybe not. He'll be a guy somewhere else. He heads to Jacksonville, and it's a disaster. Can't do anything. Then kind of plays in Chicago the past 2 seasons. Was horrible. And he's yet to see the field this year. And people are wondering, why aren't they playing Nick Foles? Matt Ryan is trash. We know he's trash. Sam Ehlinger played 2 games, and it was an absolute dumpster fire. He can't play in the NFL. Why not turn to Foles? Foles seems to be a guy who thrives in this sort of situation. When he's thrown into the fray, not really prepared for, he is lights out. When he's actually got to be the guy throughout his entire career, he's kind of been terrible. He's really been awful. So it's such a strange career for him. But is this the end for Matt Ryan? Now, I'm not going to speculate too much on Matt Ryan here. He's still got a lot of records to achieve, including the most losses in NFL history by a quarterback. He's about 15 games behind the record, so he's got to play a couple more seasons, get those losses out. But do you retire from him? I'd think about it. I mean, this is the end, but do you really? I mean, it would be really fitting, honestly, if his final game started was the largest comeback in NFL history blown. And people say, well, he didn't blow the points, the defense did. Matt Ryan scored 3 points in the second half against the worst defense in football, arguably. At least 30th or below the Vikings defense was. He scored 3 points in the second half, couldn't pick up a 4th and 1. And honestly, that's just been Matt Ryan's legacy. It's really a shame. Matt Ryan was always known as kind of an average to good quarterback, but his nickname was Matty Ice. He was Mr. Lead You to Comeback, ice water in the veins. But after that, it's just been so weird. He now has the biggest blown leads in NFC Championship game history, international game history, Super Bowl history, regular season history, and now all-time history. It's just such a weird career, and that's what he's going to be known for. And then kind of a fraud MVP, right? He won that MVP the year they went to the Super Bowl, and it's just a weird career. Now, are the Colts doing this because they are desperate to get a draft pick? Some conspiracy theorists afoot are saying they are tanking for the draft pick. That's why they blew that 33-point lead. I don't know about all that, but they're currently sitting in the 6th spot. The tie is going to hurt them when it comes to stuff because there are 3 teams in front of them at 4 and 10. Denver, who Seattle owns that pick, the Rams, Detroit owns that pick, and then Arizona. Now, the schedule is beneficial for the Colts. They have the Chargers coming in Monday night into their building. That's probably an L. They got to play the Giants in New York. That's probably a loss. And then they're hosting the Texans. Probably going to win that game. So there's a real good shot they could finish in the top 5 here. probably at 6 at the worst. I don't see him getting too better. I don't see him falling to 7, 8, or 9 here, but that's good enough to get a quarterback, and that's what this team needs. They have been so desperate for a quarterback since Andrew Luck left. I mean, they've played like 8 guys at quarterback, one a year. It's just like year in, year out. They find a new guy, trying to find a bridge guy. It's a real shame. They blew their Super Bowl opportunity. They finally put the roster around Andrew Luck, and he just went up and quit on him. Yeah, he was hurt. Yeah, he was beat up, but I think it was just too much of a mental strain, and he kind of quit. If he had just fought it out, this team could have reached the promised land. Do we even have a Chiefs dynasty yet? Because the Colts would have been a stacked team. Andrew Luck would have been as good of a quarterback as Patrick Mahomes in his early years. Not now, obviously. But it's just a real shame what could have been with the Indianapolis Colts. But what do you guys think? Is Nick Foles just a random spot start? They're just trying anything? Do they want to lose games? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you all tomorrow.